Year 2026. Woo! Yippee! Happy New Year, Owerri. Happy New Year, Imolites. Happy New Year, Southeasterners. People in the diaspora, people listening to us from wherever you are in this country, wherever you are in the Southeast. We say welcome to 2026. How do they do it? How do those hype men do it? I have caused confusion. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I am grateful to be here once again, the 5th day of January 2026. And yes, it feels so good to be back to the MIC after just 2 days. Only 2 days, though, felt like 2 years. But finally, we are here. Good morning and Happy New Year. My name is Mary Omeni Wode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
And my name is Best Beauty. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you, Best
Happy.
Beauty. So did you bring shrimps? Did you bring crabs? Did you bring what they call it, tilapia?
I
periwinkles?
I came with myself.
You came with yourself.
We crossed over to the new year. Yeah, like there's this energy that I came with this year. So I think that's enough for now.
Hope that energy does not include basbos.
No, I'm just carrying positive energy.
Positive.
All the negativity.
You're not going to do aura for aura this year.
I am, but in a positive way.
We will talk about that because I don't know if it's part of your resolutions for this year, but we are going to definitely come to that. So, Marv King, Happy New Year to you, Marv. Okay, so how fun has this year going to be for us? Back to back, money, billions,
Zillions.
Okay, we pray so and we hope so. And it's on that note we say welcome. Yeah, I've got a few updates for you this morning. Stay tuned, and then right after the update, we'll be here to tell you what we have got for you this morning on Health Revolution.
We're making money this year. No matter what them do, just be better this year.
Please stand by for Health Revolution News.
Okay, we have some update this morning. The Nigerian Medical Association and the Guild of Medical Directors have warned that the newly introduced tax laws will increase the cost of healthcare services across the country. The laws took effect on January 1 despite calls for the suspension amid controversies surrounding its implementation. Speaking on the new tax regime, the NMA President Bala Audu said it could exacerbate the economic hardship facing Nigerians and reduce their ability to afford essential services. He therefore noted that the ripple effects of the tax laws would affect multiple sectors, citing warnings from the aviation industry that airfares could rise to as much as 1 million naira. He also said health institutions were overtaxed, adding that an average hospital paid numerous levies annually, including annual returns, federal inland revenue service taxes, pay as you earn, land use charges, signboard fees, vehicle and ambulance levies, and annual registration fees. He warned that an additional burden would ultimately be transferred to patients, noting that most Nigerians could not afford out-of-pocket healthcare payments. And still on the update this morning, a new study has reported a rise in drug-resistant infections across several African countries, including Nigeria, raising concerns about the ability of healthcare systems to treat common illnesses effectively. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, made the report available to newsmen on Saturday in Abuja. According to Africa CDC, the researchers found increasing resistance in bacteria commonly responsible for serious infections such as E. coli and Staphylococcus. The Africa CDC explained that the study also reported that some groups were more likely to develop drug-resistant infections. People aged 65 years and above were 28% more likely to have resistant infections than younger adults, while patients admitted to hospitals had a 24% higher risk. And finally, to this important information, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has alerted Nigerians to the sale and distribution of counterfeit Kiss condoms in several major markets across the country, warning that the fake products pose serious public health risk. In a public health advisory issued on Monday, the agency said the information was provided by DKT International Nigeria, the marketing authorization holder for the Kiss condom brand. According to NAFDAC, the counterfeit condoms have been identified in markets including Onitsha Market, Idumota Market, Trade Fair Market, as well as various markets in Kano, Abuja, Uyo, Gombe, and Enugu states. Kiss Condom, a brand of male latex condoms designed to prevent unwanted pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections, including HIV, gonorrhea, and syphilis, has now been counterfeited. However, NAFDAC warned that the circulation of falsified versions undermines the product's protective purpose and exposes users to severe health risks. And that's all for the update this morning. We'll now go over to the conversation. And as always, myself and Best Beauty, we've got something very, very interesting to talk about. Don't go anywhere.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Okay, welcome back. Yes, this is still Health Revolution, your daily tonic for healthy living. And like I said before we went on that break, we have something very, very important to talk about. I know that for most people, this is the first time they'll get to hear our voices for the year 2026. We say welcome to you and Happy New Year once again. Okay, so let's talk about New Year resolutions. Ever heard of that statement? It's not a word again.
Yeah.
Like it's like a sentence. It's like a statement. Ever heard of it before?
I have multiple times.
Really? Okay. And what idea actually do you have about New Year resolutions?
It's something a couple of my friends or people close to me would say they would do, and they don't do it. This year, I promise I will not slap you again. Actually, when we were young, like they say, what do you want to do this year? I'd be like, I want to get A's, I want to do this. I've never really been a New Year resolution person because I feel like I don't know what tomorrow is. Let me just live small first. So I know a couple of people who would say those things like, this year I'll make my first billion. How would you make the first billion? What are you doing to make the first
Is it
billion?
like they're going to do some form of magic?
Yeah, like I'm going to make
and then
my
billions will just appear
like,
out of the
exactly
blues.
like you just people will state things down. And sometimes I'll go into maybe my siblings' rooms and the rest, and you see like something on the wall, New Year resolution, and it's September.
Boldly written.
September, because it's September. You've not started anything.
Okay, now that was September.
Yes.
You saw those words boldly written on the wall, and then in January, maybe January 15th, bam, the person has gone back to his normal lifestyle. And the person is wondering, what is going on? I promised myself 31st of December that you see this year. I will not eat junk food. This year, I would exercise more. This year, I would lose some weight. This year, I will not chase too many ladies. Mouth king. I promised myself all of this. But it's barely the 15th of January and I'm falling short of those promises. What is going on? I beg, I'm human, Joe. Yes, you are human. It's actually not your fault. But are you aware there is some kind of psychology behind New Year resolutions? In fact, I want to also announce that going forward, from time to time, we'll be introducing psychology into our health talks. It's not just going to be about mental health disorders, mental health issues, and things that affect the health negatively. We shall also infuse some aspects of psychology. Why? The brain and the mind work together. Before you behave or act on something, your brain must have clicked and said, okay, do this or don't do this. I don't know if you get me. So somehow, to some extent, you cannot separate psychology and the way your brain works. So we shall be introducing, psychology into our talk for today. And yes, we'll be finding out why it's difficult for most people to stick to New Year resolutions. Ever wondered why you make New Year resolutions and fail even the year goes halfway? Have you ever thought about it? We shall also explore the various options and solutions that can help people achieve their New Year goals. Yes, New Year resolutions can be likened to New Year goals. Yeah, very, very true. Okay, so let's get right into it. Best beauty.
Firstly, what are New Year resolutions? For those of you who don't know, who are maybe you have encountered somebody that's doing it, but you don't know what it is. New Year resolutions often fail because they are vague. These are plans in which people have stated down that this is what is going to happen for the 12 months of the new year. These are the plans they have set out. That's in the month of September, I'll be married with twins. How is it going to be possible when you don't have, you're single? So these are vague, unrealistic, they lack a clear plan, and they rely too much on fleeting motivation rather than building sustainable systems. Now, why these resolutions fail? They are unrealistic, vague.
Most of them
Actually are vague. They are unrealistic. You are writing things that I'm going to lose 10 kilos by the end of 1 week. I'm going to read 100 books by the end of the month. How many pages are in a book?
To link up to what you just said, I remember last year, I had a very good friend of mine who was a little bit on the big side, though she was born that way. It's not like it was out of lifestyle or anything. And then she had always wanted to cut down on some weight. Last year, or last 2 years now, like 2024, December 31st, we went, for the normal crossover service, and I heard her say, you see, this year, 2025, I'm going to cut down on some weight. Within 3 months, and I was looking at her. Okay. I kept quiet. I'm like, wow, good, that's good. It is good for your health, it's good for your heart and all that. And then January, first week, see jogging, no more, 5 a.m. She will leave the house, she will go, she will jog, she will run. First week, second week, third week, and then the fourth week. Somehow she started trimming down. She now changed her diet, started eating more of what vegans eat, more of vegetables, more of fruits. And then they had a family reunion or get together, I don't know what to call it now, on the 31st of January 2025. She also went, only for her to go there. She saw turkey, saw chicken, saw what's it called, chin chips. My sister pounced on it like she has not eaten in 5 years, and that was the start of another journey. We not see going to the gym again. And just that day, she tasted those things. She's like, oh my God, I've missed this. For 3 weeks, I've not tasted fries. I've not tasted, I beg, to hell with all of those burning of calories. And that was it.
Say, Jesus is my calorie burner.
My sister returned to her shape, 2026. And I asked her this January, how far now? Any New Year resolutions? Are you not cutting? I said, I beg. Leave me, let me live my life. So you see, I don't know if I'll call it a mindset thing. Because if she was actually disciplined, I know that she would have followed it through. She's not just the culprit. Many of us are. Yeah. Majority of us are. Like me, I would always tell myself, no more junk food. I come here, I preach to people. No junk food. Oh yeah, now 12 o'clock, 1 p.m., 2 p.m.
Cookies.
Hunger, bam. You see me? Give me egg roll, So, well, we are humans. So
the other one is motivation phase, like we've said through these examples. Initial excitement in which you're using to start the new year, it fades. As you are seeing the reality of the year, you're like, oh, work, I beg. So the other one is no accountability. There's no one you're accounting to. If it's, for instance, if you set a resolution that, okay, I am going to make sure that I lose 10 kilos within this month, and you have somebody accountable, like somebody, you have a gym instructor, maybe somebody you have paid money, something you're investing on something, or somebody is my guy, I have to wake
Come
up.
and invest
Wake
in me
up.
now. Come and make me your instructor.
My guy, wake up. You paid me 150K to instruct you. Stand up. Let's start.
Okay.
So those kind of things. That's like accountability. People, private goals. If you set a private goals are easier to abandon than public goals. If you set this goal and you make action towards it, making it public, it's easier to achieve it. Adding, not subtracting. Trying to add new habits without adjusting the existing ones. You want to change, but you have not changed yourself.
Bam.
Like you want to change your weight, but you're not changing your diet. You know, easier way to change your diet is to reduce the food amount small before you change. Because if you say immediate change,
No.
it's not going to work like that.
Very true.
Ignoring internal beliefs. Resolutions often fail because internal beliefs and past behaviors aren't addressed, creating resistance to change. You already had this belief system that, okay, you say you want to lose weight though, but you still say that, okay, I was born this way, it's not going to be possible. You know that you're conflicting yourself. Then no reset plan, one slip up. You know, there are different ways to go about this weight loss thing. We're using a weight loss as an example. There are different ways. You can exercise, you can hydrate more, you can eat healthier meals. There are so many ways, but maybe you just use one way and you fail in that way. You just feel like everything it's not going to work out. You should have a reset plan. Okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to try this.
Plan
if this
B.
it doesn't work out, I'm trying this. I will seek a health advisor. I will hire a nutritionist. Whatever. Just look for a way to work around it. So these are the key reasons. Some of the key reasons I have why resolutions fail.
Okay, so from all of them that you said, I know that one will work if people find a way to get accountable to someone.
Yes.
For instance, I can hold Mav King and say, please, when you're going to jog at 5 a.m., come to my door, knock on my door, I would go with you. And then Mav King makes it a point of duty. Once it's 5 a.m., he doesn't miss calling me to join him to jog. I don't know if you get me.
Yes.
And then any day you fail, Mav King will hold you accountable. You know what? You're going to be punished for not, going along to jog with me today. And you will see that seriousness in you. That's what Best Beauty also, tried to say. Okay, so there are a couple of common resolutions that people would always stick to or stick out their heads January 1, December 31st and say, you know what? 2026, I'm going to get more organized.
Okay.
I've heard people say that.
What does that mean?
My year 2025 was
That's
scattered.
so vague.
I did not save money. I did
Okay.
not. I was too, I was not intentional about my spending. I was not
Okay.
intentional about my life. So I'm going to get more organized. You hear them say it actually. But Sisi Eko gets 500,000 naira a lot right now. And then she remembers one shoe she saw online.
I've not bought this. I've not bought that.
We are in the habit of screenshotting things.
Yes.
You see one hat that you like, you screenshot. The money is not there. You screenshot it for later. You see one boo gown that you like, you screenshot it, and then bam, 500,000 comes. Maybe somebody just remembered you or paid you from a job you did maybe in the past, and you now remember those things, and you just spend without even remembering that we have 40-something days in January to start with. So some people will say, oh, this year I'm going to get more organized. I'm going to have a budget. I'm going to plan with what I have, blah, 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 and somehow it doesn't work out. That is one example. Another, I've heard people say, oh, you see, this new year, I'm going to live my life to the fullest. I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to hang out with friends. Story. By the time you start working, if you are the workaholic type, my sister, January, February, March, you will forget about your friends. You forget about people around you. So we have a lot to say, actually. I also wanted to, talk about people who would say, this year I will avoid all the fighting, all the basketballs. I would love more. Can you actually avoid basketballs?
You can't. You can't, but you can try to control your temperament, but you can't really. What if it comes to you? What are you going to do?
My sister, if
can
it comes to
control your
you, go back
temperament.
to it.
You can be like, I'm going to.
It will not pass you by. You run. If basketballs come, you run.
run.
No, you face the basketballs.
Somebody hook you. You run.
You face the
You
basketballs.
just be like,
Oh my God.
okay, calm down. You just be calm down.
So you see, so these are all New Year resolutions. The most common, some we say, oh, this year I will quit smoking, I will quit drinking myself to stupor. Someone will say, oh, I will spend more time with family members and friends. Last year was too much work, but you see, this year I'm going to spend more time with family and friends. So I will say I will travel more. These are all common resolutions. However, if you're not disciplined, before the 31st of January, all of this will wear off. Why? According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, only 46% of people who made New Year resolutions were ever successful. 46% over 100. That goes to tell you. Thank you. The remaining how many?
54%.
Will fail. Did you hear? Are you amongst the 54% that we fail? And that means that over half of the people who set a goal for the new year will most definitely fail. So there are a lot of questions. What drives people to set goals and make these new year resolutions? Why do they even do it in the first place? We'll get to find out, but right now it's time to open up the phone lines and get your reactions. We are live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7. Go like, share, and drop your comments.
You can call us via 0911 20022, 0911 20022, or 0707 454 1014, 0707 454 1014.
Okay, try as much as you can to join us on Facebook and drop your comments. We'll be here to read them out as fast as we can. All right, so for the reasons, things that could drive people to set new goals, and make New Year resolutions. Yes, I know that the answer for me might be different from the answer that Best Beauty has got. But there are some common factors I want you to know. Number one on the list is the fresh start effect. What does that mean? It's a new year. You want to be motivated to start all over again, especially if you failed the previous year. You now want to, bring up some goals and motivate yourself that you're going to reach a big landmark that you did not reach, or a milestone you couldn't achieve the previous year. And this moment, you see people start to want to start all over again. That's what I mean by the fresh start effect. That's one motivating factor that drives people. I heard someone say, last year I didn't save a lot. Though I tried, but sometime in July, something came up and I used all the money. Okay. Why did you use all the money? I know that when it comes to finance, it's usually not easy.
True.
It is not easy. Some people will say, we save 1,000 every day. The moment they get to June, unfortunately, life's travails will come. It's either someone dies in the family, or someone has been kidnapped, or there's a problem, and then you dip your hand into that life savings, and the rest is history. So a fresh start for most people would be, okay, you see, this year I failed last year, but this year I'm going to try my best. 1,000 every day. Let's see where that is going to leave me. There's also purpose and motivation, but let's see if this is going to connect. Okay, we lost that call. Try to call us back. Goals provide direction and purpose, and is usually driven by a fundamental desire for personal improvement and growth. So the thing is, people have motivations, things that motivate them. And they say, okay, they want it to be a driving force in a new year. But unfortunately, if you're not disciplined, those motivating factors will not come through.
Good morning. Please move away from your radio set. Thank you. We did fine.
Anybody look for trouble?
No.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for them, right? Those that look for our trouble. Are you ready? That's how you want to start the year 2026.
Hey, you know people they talk.
Love Nwakeze, of course. Who doesn't know this voice?
I may be the number one celebrity local for the whole Imo State. One Nepitobi, one
Uh-huh. Okay, sorry about that, love. Nwakeze, try as much as you can to call us back if you can. Okay, moral driving forces, social connection, and executive function. That is one. We also have reward center and the hormone called dopamine. You know, that feel good, hormone
Yes.
that makes you say, oh, just I want you to picture it. Saving 1,000 every day for the whole of the year 2026.
How much are you going to
At
eat?
the end of the year, this is what I'm going to come up with.
See,
I can do this.
I love plans that you will make when you look at your income. You look at how much is flowing through your account. How can you save for are you selling akpu in the market? How can you even save for 1,000 naira a day? If you say 3,000 a week or something like that, then for 1,000 naira, 7 days
To
of a week,
shock you,
31,000
it
naira.
depends on the kind of thing you do. Actually, your source of
Exactly.
income. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's where I'm coming
for
from.
most people who are in the business sector, people who are into buying and selling, trust me, most of them save as much as 3,000 daily, as
is
much
for
as
people
5,000
But people
daily.
that are working in like every single month.
Civil servants.
Civil servants. So you receive your salary once a month and you have to sort bills. Then the remainder, maybe you can see, Shai, it depends on
You
where
go
you're
thief.
working. It depends on where you're working, because if you make those kind of plans, in fact, God, Shay, you say no, the Lord will handle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, when you make those goals, okay, good or bad, but you make those goals, it releases the feel-good hormone
yeah.
and makes you feel that this is something you can actually do. When in actual fact, it is an unrealistic goal that you have set for yourself. So these are all the driving forces and why people would always want to, set goals for New Year. When they go into a new year.
So we have a couple of messages on our Facebook, Echo FM 100.7, and Preeti says, I'm happy to see you guys again.
Hi,
Happy
we're
New Year to
happy.
you at Echo FM.
Yeah, we are happy to see you too. And Preeti, happy new year to you as well.
Gabriel Peter says, Happy New Year, studio.
Is it the studio or the presenters? Okay, studio, answer for yourself. Happy new year, Gabriel Peters. Thank you so much. Let's see if this is going to connect before you continue.
Disconnect.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's
go
all.
ahead.
I see, I love the advice the way you are giving us. Because they get on my guy. The boy used 500,000 and go villa. No one, no, if he's 5,000 come back. Because he send transport money for me, I come back. If he save money, so have to think, he wants to think, so what can I use this money and do? But if he use and go village, don't want police come back. The boy is not begging me to send transport money for him.
Tell him to sell his
So,
shoe.
I tell you, make us talk very well, so make people don't understand it.
Okay.
If he save money, he need to go village without an achievement. That way we don't feel come back. Oh,
Very true.
thank and God bless you.
Thank you. Love Wakes. I was going to ask him his New Year resolutions for this year, 2026, but it seems more like, he was mostly concerned about. Have you seen people who travel to the village and they find it difficult coming back? It's just an example he gave. Some will end up selling their wristwatches, yes, you've not heard stories. No. There's hike in transportation fares,
True.
even airfares. Everything has, gone up. All right, more messages.
So Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebra from Owerri says, New Year resolution is a commitment a person makes to reform a habit or lifestyle. People resolve to abandon things that are toxic to their spirit for better ones. Some fulfill theirs while others abandon their own along the way. Making resolution is easy, but sticking to it is difficult. It is critical that we set our goals with sincerity and set ourselves up for success and progress. Making resolutions is easy, but sticking to it is difficult. And that's where the challenge lies for most people. I'm sure we have resolved to do away with bad lifestyle and abandon those things that are toxic to us.
Very true. Thank you so much, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara. We should choose to do away with bad lifestyle and abandon those things that are toxic to us. And she made a point. She said making resolutions are actually very easy, but it is difficult sticking to them. So why do New Year resolutions fail? Have you asked yourself? In fact, that's the the main topic for discussion. Why do they fail? Why is it that 1 minute you're excited to be making, a promise to yourself for the year, and the next minute, somehow you're not even saying anymore. It doesn't concern you. Well, a common reason people fail to achieve their New Year resolution is what we call the false hope syndrome. We have said this over and over again. Making unrealistic promises to yourself. And this happens when individuals, often fueled with overconfidence, set unrealistic goals, leading to frustration, and eventually they give up on all the resolutions altogether. So, but I know that, yes, setbacks are a normal part of life. Mistakes, failure is a normal part of life. However, you have to try as much as you can to stick to those resolutions so that you do not, go back to the way things used to be for you. All right, so I want to read out one or two things. There are some tips that can actually help you set realistic goals. There are a lot of tips. We'll come to that. Let's see if we have more messages on Facebook.
Vobono Shonde Nolazi or No Lazy says, good morning. Good morning, Vobono. Thank you so much for your messages. You can send your messages through our Facebook at Echo FM 100.7. For those sending through WhatsApp, you can still send it on Facebook, so I would see it. Echo FM 100.7. We are currently live there, so do well to send your message. Ezeku Goodness Ozioma says, Happy New Year, Echo FM family. Have to be with you guys. Okay, happy to be with you guys again today. We are happy to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ezuku. Goodness, Ozioma, and Happy New Year to you. This year will bring us lots and lots of blessings, favor. And yeah, your heart desires will be granted as well. Okay, so some tips that can actually help people who have decided that they want to, be disciplined this year and stick to New Year resolutions so that they don't fail. Number one on the list, which is linked to how your brain works. Very important. First of all, before you even decide that you're going to be setting such a goal for yourself, prepare yourself mentally. Very important. You have to talk to your brain. Talk to yourself mentally before you now start off the physical action. I don't know if you get me. So first of all, start to change those habits little by little. Like she said, Best Beauty mentioned, for instance, for people who want to lose weight, it's not something you do in a day. It takes, there are steps related to you losing weight. You don't just stop eating all of a sudden. You come down with us. You have injury in your stomach, So you have to take it one step at a time. The first breakthrough in change is taking a personal inventory of things you don't want to see the following year. And this is usually, it's not late. Today is the 5th. If you've not done that, maybe, or you didn't do that on the 31st or 30th, you can do that. Start today. And tell yourself, you see this year, okay, make a list. These are the things I don't want to do anymore. Paste it on your wall. When you wake up every morning, it's looking at you and you're looking at it. That is number one breakthrough. Okay. And then you also ask yourself some questions. What did you set out to do last year, 2025? Ask yourself, did you actually make progress? Did you actually see progress? Did you succeed in some of those goals that you set out for yourself in 2025? That will give you a headway in making the right decisions for 2026. I don't know if you understand. Now, as you start thinking about those changes you want to make, stay positive. Don't tell yourself, last year I failed though. It did not work out. Am I sure it's going to work out this year? No, that is the first step to failure. You have to, first of all, create this mindset of positivity and speak to yourself and tell yourself that it is going to work out even if all odds have failed. Now, try not to make big and quick changes. Change should be gradual. Build on smaller changes and allow a little room for errors. Yeah, there will be mistakes. Errors will be made, but do not dwell on it. Stand up, move up, and continue from where you stopped. For the auntie I told you her story, who went for a family get-together, and that was the last day she ever went for jogging. She didn't go jogging anymore because she had tasted what she had missed for just 3 weeks. Now, if she has said, I've made this mistake, okay, it's just for 1 day or 2 days, let me continue. Maybe she would have bounced back and continued with those goals that she already set out for herself. Now, set a goal that motivates you. This is another important point I want you to take home. There are so many things to say here, but I'm going to leave it at that. Limit resolutions to a manageable amount. What does this mean? Don't pack everything at the same time. Like I listed out 10 goals, 10 common goals that most people would want to, meet up with in 2026. But if you pick like 3 out of that 10 and you tell yourself, you see these 3, I'm going to stick to them no matter what happens, it's going to help you. So set goals that are manageable, goals that you can actually see through. It is better to tackle one resolution well than multiple resolutions poorly. I don't know if you have any.
Yeah, start small. If you, for instance, now you say you want to lose weight. I remember there was one period when I was in university, I was like, I don't like the way my stomach is. I want to be doing workouts every
Slim
morning.
shady.
Yes, I want to be slim. I'm slim, but I want to be slimmer than this. So I what I did was I downloaded this app and I did the very hard exercise because I wanted instant. After I did that in 2 days, I left it. I said, I can't do this. It's not for me. The pain, the waste, I said, I can't do it. But when you want to do something like that, you can start with, if it's weight, 10 minutes every day, 5 minutes. Start small. So when your body gets used to that one, you can increase the time. That's how they work out. You don't do 2 hours straight. Are you running marathon? Even those who run, who do sports, like that's their profession. They don't work out like that. They have breaks, they have time, they have seasons for these things. So start small, start from something. Build systems, create environments that support your goals. Leave workout clothes out. Keep healthy snacks available. If you want to do things if you want to set a goal like a business goal, you leave books out, you leave things out, you delete all the movies or things that would not encourage you to go ahead with your goal. If you say like Anne Pretty says, mine is I want to have take my spiritual life serious. If you feel like the music or something you're listening to is going to stifle you remove it. You have to create an environment that will be conducive for that your goal. Or else, if you want to put clean water in dirty cup, the water will not turn clean by force. The cup is still dirty, Abby. So you have to clean that environment first to make sure that it is conducive enough for you to achieve your goal. Another one is plan for setbacks, like the Slim Diva rightly said. You don't, because of 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, you stop your journey. After how far you have come, now you have made so much progress. 3 weeks is not come shop. So you can decide that, okay, if this happens on bad days, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to go about it. Even if you don't decide on it, now you're hearing me. The bad day have happened today, Abby. Move past it. That's life. Don't dwell on it.
Pick up the pieces and start off all over again. 0911 20022 0707 454 1014, or you send us, our WhatsApp is not up right now, but you can also somehow call that number if the other numbers are not connecting. 0707 491 3438 0707 491 3438, and we are live on Facebook at Echo FM ECHO FM 100.7. Okay, so you can also learn to set SMART goals. SMART. Now, they actually broke it down. S means to be specific. Articulate that particular resolution as clearly as possible. For instance, you say you want to quit smoking. You can tell yourself, okay, if I do this, I've been told that I'll be healthy enough. So why don't I try it? Just make sure that you're specific about the reason the reason why you want to set up that goal should be there first of all, so that it will now guide you. It will be the driving force, the thing that pushes you every day to stick to that goal. The M in the SMART is measurable. The A in the SMART is attainable. The R is relevant. And then the T in the SMART is time sensitive. Yes. Give yourself a time frame in which to achieve that goal. A deadline will instill some urgency and provide a time when you can celebrate your success. So it's vague when you say, throughout the year 2026, I'm going to lose some weight. For me, you've not really set any goal. Yeah. But if you say in the first 3 months of the year 2026, I'm going to lose. I'm actually not good at the measurements.
2 pounds.
2 pounds. Is it pounds? Okay.
Yeah.
And you say I'm going to lose so pounds, or I'm going to lose
Kilos.
some kilos. Tell yourself 3 months. After the first 3 months, you check. Check your progress. Then if it's working out, you now set a higher goal and say, okay, from March till July, I'm going to lose another pounds, So it will work better that way rather than you just telling yourself, this year, 2026, now this thing I go do. Like someone said, I'm pretty said, 2026, I'm going to take my spiritual life serious
How?
than ever. How are you going to do that? Is it by waking up in the morning, 5 a.m., instead of you to pray, you pick up your phone, you're checking WhatsApp. Now, wow, messages, plenty. Or you go, what's trending? Oh, Anthony Joshua. Oh, he lost 2 friends. And then you scroll. You click on the next link. What's going on? Funke Akindele. By the time you do that, the first day, the second day, it becomes a normal routine. And then you forget that you really actually wanted to improve yourself spiritually. Okay, so you have to be specific when setting your goals. It is the surest way to know whether you're actually going to achieve them. That is what I'm going to tell you. Another important point that can help is you should learn to write down your goals. I'm always with pen and paper. For most people, they don't like to carry pen and paper around. They have what we call the notepad on your phones. That's the most easiest way to take notes of what you want to do.
Then transfer it to your pen and paper
at
home. Yes.
Okay, from the notepad, you still transfer to pen and paper. So, but whatever works for you. Writing works for me. I don't know if it works for you. So, because those goals you have set out for yourself, if you don't take care, you're going to forget them. Very easy to forget. By the time, for instance, if you're a presenter and you come into the studio, you're hearing the blasting of the speakers, the music coming from our wonderful DJs, you forget all of those things, So we are human. That's another thing. We could be easily distracted, and that's why you should try as much as you can to write down your goals. Another thing is, yes, documented goals also help. They help us, and put us on the path so that we don't deviate from those goals we have set out for ourselves to achieve this year. Writing your goals down will not only help you remember them, but it will also hold you accountable and might help you recommit later in the year. So you've written these things down, and then somehow in July, you pick up your diary and you say, let me even look at what I wrote, Seth, if I was able to achieve any of them. And somehow it now reminds you of those things you left out. You might now decide to recommit yourself to pursuing those goals. I don't know if you have more to add.
Adding to what the Slim Diva just said about recommitting, one thing you should know that if perchance you had goals last year that you did not achieve, it's not too late to recommit. Even if you're in the middle of the year. Like, I remember there was one time I said, I'm going to finish my Bible in the year. I was telling my mommy, can you, I've read 2 verses today. That kind of thing. I was so hyper. Then after 2 months, I stopped because why am I stressing myself? I beg. But it got to a point last year, I was like, I have to go back to this thing. I never ever the past. I've never even read up to Isaiah before. I was like, no, it's not making sense. Like, after I get to Judges, it don't finish for me. The rest is boring. I don't read it again. So I had to set a realistic goal. Can I read the Bible? Can I read 5 chapters a day? No. How many can I read a day? 2? 1? Let me start with that one. That's how you set goals. Or else you are not going to finish what you want to start. And if you fail or you make a mistake at one point, you can always go back to it.
Very, very true. You make a mistake, you can always go back to it. Okay, so
as far as you're alive.
Thank you. Very, very important to add that. All right, let's open up the phone lines once again. I understand it seems more like these phone lines are acting up, but let's try once again for people who would want to join us.
0911 20,022 0911 20,022 or 0707 454 1014 0707 454 1014, or you can still call us on 0707 4913-438. We're live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7.
Okay, so like we said when we started off, for the benefit of people who just tuned in, this is Health Revolution, and we are starting the year talking about New Year resolutions and why they fail, the psychology behind it, trying to link your behavior and your brain. Now, the brain and behavior are core topics in the study of psychology. We cannot do without both of them. After all, it is the brain and behavior that influence how you think, how you feel, how you respond in every area of your life. So it is also central to your mental health, your well-being, and the way your brain functions. And that's why we're talking about all of these things, so that you will know that it's not your fault that you've been failing all along. So there are some smart health goals we'll be recommending to people this year. 2026. We are not talking about the spiritual goals.
Yes.
We are not talking about which other goals? The
Health.
money goals.
Yes.
Let us focus a little bit more on smart health goals.
Yes.
Number one,
We have
you.
improving daily nutrition with balanced meals. Please don't eat only carbohydrates. I love protein, but don't eat only protein. You're not going to get the adequate growth you need in your body. I say that I like beans, but please, I don't eat beans every day. Don't let me not deceive you. I love beans, yes, but I don't eat beans every day.
Egg. Eat your egg. If you don't have money to cook beans, eat your egg. You see that yolk, that white, egg, what they call it now. Oh Lord, everything is flying from my head. It's highly, highly nutritious.
I know you love rice. Eating rice every day. That's not good. Don't be eating it every day. Change. Sometimes eat yam.
Now you
Sometimes
can actually eat every day, but rather reduce the portion. We're talking about portioning. These are all things we'll be talking about
balanced
this year.
meals.
And balanced meals. You can decide and say, I'm a lover of rice. I will eat rice 247 every day. Nobody is going to stop you. However, there are ways you can go about it. You have a small portion. Not when you go to Mama Put, you buy one full load of
empty rice.
just rice
it's
and
empty
stew.
rice. So there's no protein.
it fills your stomach.
There's nothing. Like
Yes.
it's just rice.
So you can in portions, vegetable at one corner. I'm talking about green vegetables. You have your fruits. When we talk about protein, I know that things are a little bit expensive these days. People cannot afford meat. People cannot afford fish. What happened to egg? One egg, just one single egg is 200, I'll be 250 now.
Yes.
Depending on where you buy from.
It depends on the size too.
The size. Let's not even go to the size. I don't even know what's going on with chickens these days. The eggs they lay is not even up to. Oh God, I'm not good with measurement, like I said. But it's now reducing its size. Is the economy affecting our chickens, or what's
You're not
going
feeding
on?
them properly.
So whatever you can afford. Our point in all of this is, if you want to eat yam, vegetables at the corner. Oranges. How much is orange, Kwanu? You can get orange 500 naira. You get like 5.
You get
6
4 pieces of
or 4, depending on where
200.
you stay. Yes.
200 naira. The ones they have not peeled in the market.
Exactly.
You don't have to buy the ones that they peel. In
So-
fact, you can open it by yourself. Just take it.
We don't
eat
even
it.
want to start schooling you on portioning right now, because that is going to be a topic for another day. All right, she has talked about improving daily nutrition with balanced meals. I will talk about increasing physical activity. Very important. I told someone the other time, I said, you want to lose some weight. First of all, start with yourself, with what you eat. Very important. And then if you've decided, okay, you want to what's it called now? Go out, work out, go to the gym, or do some workouts on your own. It is very possible. Discipline yourself. Take a walk. By just taking a simple walk every day, you have done a lot more than going to the gym. Trust me when I tell you that. And this year, make up your mind not to live a sedentary lifestyle. Very important. Tell yourself, it's not going to be anti-clockwise from the car to work, to the market, to church, back home, to the car, every day of your life. Wake up in the morning, even if it's 6 a.m., maybe you resume work at 8. 6 a.m., you get up from the bed before you even start to do those house chores. I know how tiring it can be. Take a walk down your street, depending on how safe your street is. That's another thing you have to consider. Take a walk, a long walk. They call it brisk walking. You can walk a little bit fast. You can decide to slow down, but just do something to make sure that you're not just living that, triangular lifestyle. Okay.
The next one is reducing stress through mindful practices. This is, for instance, now you're seeing going through your phone too long. The screen is so bright, it's affecting your eyes. Please drop your phone, just lay down, just rest, close your eyes. Just see, there's something about calming down and stopping at some point and calming down. It does a lot for yourself, for your brain, for your eye health, everything. Because I know we're in the age where everybody stares into the screen for so many hours, and you'll be like, I don't have time. You have time. Make time. Or else you'll be the one sick and
Read
to
a
the
book.
hospital.
Read a book. Listen to
Exactly.
music. DJ Mas, DJ Mav King, DJ J Boy, you're here for you 24 hours. If you don't know what to do, leave your radio on. Leave it at Echo FM. And you'll be amazed at the amazing tunes that will be coming back to back right here from our channel. You can see a movie once in a while. It's not out of place if you decide to see a movie that can make you laugh your heart out.
Reduces your
Laughing
stress.
can reduce your stress. God.
Or you can do what I do.
What do you do?
You can just do, oh my God, I'm fine.
You
I'm so
hype
serious.
yourself
Like,
small.
when I go around doing this, it makes me feel so calm.
You hype yourself a little bit.
It's not even. I'm not hyping. I'll just come to you. But I mean, how you doing? Like there's this energy that I exert so much energy that when I sit down, I feel so calm because
relaxed.
So all the stress that I felt at that moment, you can just find things that would. It's things that align with your personality traits, your character, things that you like doing that would just calm you down.
Yeah, very true. And lastly, before we go, as part of the health goals, smart health goals to set in 2026, prioritize your sleep. Very important. So, what do they say? At least 6 hours. At least, but that doesn't mean you cannot sleep up to 8 hours at night. Anti-sleep. Keep your phone for once and sleep. Forget about, I know that people are owing a lot of debt. Forget about it for just 1 minute. It will help you concentrate and then think of how you're going to clear the debt. Think of, the brighter side for a while. But sleep it off. If it's something you cannot solve, don't kill yourself with worry. Sleep it off. When you wake up, also pray about it. I also believe in mindfulness and praying and all of that. But my point is, sleep it off once in a while. If it's something you cannot solve.
Me, I always say, you're 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I say, I need to grow. If I don't sleep, see, I want to be taller than this. I will
Early to
not
bed,
become
early to rise. Okay, we have to go, Best Beauty. We are almost out of time. Final words before we go.
Please set realistic goals. If you've already started setting your goals and you're failed already, this is day 5, you have already failed, no problem. You can reduce it. You don't have to, if you say, I want to make 10, I want to lose 20 kilos in 5 days, and you use your sense, it's not possible. You just be like, okay, you know what? Let me start with 5 kilos. Be very smart about it. Like we said, SMART, smart, measured,
plenty.
adaptability, time-bound, relatability, all those things. Just make sure you set your goals in a way that it will not affect your health. Don't die in this year, please,
I will
because of
say
goals.
just one thing. Discipline is key in everything you do. Be disciplined. You want to set health goals for yourself this year. You want to make New Year resolutions you have not made. Maybe you just remembered, these people are talking about these things now. Let me make some New Year resolutions. Be disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined, my sister, my brother, you will remain how you are.
And this year will pass you
December
by.
2026, we'll come back here and we'll talk about the same thing January 2027. We have to go. Thank you for listening. My name is Mary Omeniwode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
My name is Best Beauty.
Back to you, Marv King. At 12, we'll bring you the news at noon. Stay tuned.
Afternoon and welcome to the Global News at Noon on Echo 100.7 FM, the station with fair and balanced reporting. I am Best Beauty going far, bringing you the latest and breaking stories around the world. First, the headlines. PETA disburses 55.9 billion naira in pensions, arrears to retirees nationwide. Imo government signs 1.4 trillion naira Imo 2026 budget into law. NNPC faces mounting strain, subsidiary debts swell. Venezuela's acting president Rodriguez defies U.S. detention narrative. Nigeria battle Mozambique for AFCON quarterfinal spot. Details shortly. Please stay tuned. The Executive Secretary, Chief Executive, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, Tolulope Odunaya, disclosed that a total of 55.9 billion naira had been disbursed as monthly pensions and arrears to eligible pensioners and next of kin of deceased pensioners under the Defined Benefit Scheme, DBS, in December 2025. The arrears payment covered outstanding obligations arising from the 32,000 naira pension increment, as well as the 10.66% and 12.95% pension increment, in addition to other accrued pension arrears, gratuity, and death benefits owed to eligible beneficiaries. In a statement issued by Head Corporate Communications PTAD Olugbenga Ajayi, she further reaffirmed the Directorate's commitment to clearing the remaining 1 month arrears owed to PAPD and TEHD, while continuing to implement initiatives aimed at improving the welfare and overall well-being of DBS pensioners. Governor Hope Uzodinma has signed Imo State's 1.4 trillion naira 2026 budget into law. Speaking during the assent ceremony held at the new government house, Eziachi Olu local government area of the state, Governor Uzodinma described the signing as a clear fulfillment of the constitutional principle of checks and balances. Uzodinma noted that what was initially presented to the Imo State House of Assembly as budget estimate had now become law through due legislative process. He expressed delight that the state was ending the year 2025 on a strong and positive note, describing the budget as the final bridge between the administration's strategic planning and the economic prosperity and vision for Imo State. As he signed the budget into law, the governor reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to the service of Indi Imo. Earlier, while presenting the bill for assent, the Deputy Speaker of the Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Amara Uwayawu, who represented the Speaker, expressed optimism that by the end of 2026, Imo State will be filled with testimonies of economic growth, infrastructural development, and expanded opportunities arising from the implementation of the budget. In Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has promised to consolidate on the gains of his administration in the last 6.5 years through the Themes Plus vision by completing and commissioning some iconic and transformational projects across multiple sectors in different parts of the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated that all the projects and ambitions of his administration for this year will be supported and enabled by the 2026 budget. Tagged, he said, with an expenditure profile in excess of 4 trillion naira, the 2026 budget will deliver a model Lagos, cleaner, safer, more prosperous, resilient, and inclusive. Governor Sanwo-Olu stressed that Lagosians will benefit from construction and rehabilitation projects as well as educational and medical facilities, youth and sports centers, drainage and flood control systems, bus and ferry terminals, housing projects, water schemes, waste management plans, court buildings, and the Omi Eco project, among others. Oguta community rolls out ground reception for Nigeria Correctional Service Controllers General Sylvester Wakuche. The Oguta community in Imo State has held a grand reception and homecoming ceremony to honor Sylvester Indidi Wakuche, the newly appointed Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service. The event, held on January 2nd, 2026, at the Oguta, celebrated Wakuche as one of the community's most distinguished sons. Residents described the occasion as a collective achievement for Oguta and Imo State, while traditional rulers, political leaders, business executives, youth, and women from across the country attended to pay tribute to his service and leadership. Community committees and organizations such as the Oguta Community Development Union Abuja branch, the Honorable Goodluck Opia Committee, Umukwo Komoshi Village, and Otu Osisioma Age Grade took part in presenting gifts, awards, and goodwill messages. Dignitaries praised Wakuche's dedication, with speakers highlighting his reforms within the Nigerian Correctional Service and his empowerment initiatives for youth, women, and graduates, as well as scholarship and community development programs. In his remarks, Wakuche expressed profound gratitude to the people of Oguta, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Minister of Interior, and the Imo State Governor for their support. He reflected on his roots, the sacrifices of his late parents and mentors, and described his appointment as a call to greater service to the nation and his community. Urging youths to remain disciplined and hopeful, he emphasized the importance of leadership in uplifting others and called on the people of Oguta to stay united, peaceful, and committed to development for the progress of Imo State and Nigeria. And if you just tuned in, you were listening to the Global News at Noon on Echo FM 100.7. A recap of the headlines. PTAD disburses 55.9 billion naira in pensions, arrears to retirees nationwide. Imo government signs 1.4 trillion naira Imo 2026 budget into law. NNPC faces mounting strain, subsidiary debt swell. Venezuela's acting president Rodriguez defies U.S. detention narrative. Nigeria battle Mozambique for AFCON quarter-final spot. Up next is the business, sports, and foreign news. Please stay tuned. Echo 100.7, and now the business news. In business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is facing growing financial pressure as debts owed by its subsidiaries and related entities surged to 30.30 trillion naira as of the end of 2024. The rise reflects mounting obligations across refineries, trading units, and gas infrastructure companies within the group. An analysis of the accounts shows that NNPC operates 32 subsidiaries, but only 8 were not indebted to the parent company during the period. Most units recorded rising balances, underscoring persistent financial weaknesses despite reforms aimed at repositioning the national oil company as a profit-driven enterprise. The development comes as NNPC continues to manage controversy over the write-off of large debt owed to the Federation account and pushes ahead with plans to divest non-core assets. And on the foreign scene, Venezuela's Supreme Court has appointed Vice President Delcy Rodriguez as acting president following the detention of President Nicolas Maduro by United States forces. The ruling issued by the Constitutional Chamber was intended to maintain government continuity and safeguard national interests during the president's absence. Rodriguez, a close ally and former foreign minister, emphasized in her first statement that Venezuela remains sovereign and that all government functions continue according to the Constitution. Her remarks directly contradicted claims by U.S. President Donald Trump, who announced that the U.S. would oversee Venezuela until a safe transition of leadership is ensured.
In the face of this brutal situation and in the face of this brutal attack, we have no knowledge of the whereabouts of the President Nicolas Maduro and the First Lady Celia Flores. We demand from the Donald Trump government immediate proof of life for President Maduro and the First Lady. We demand the respect to our international rights. We condemn this brutal way, savage aggression against our country that has taken the lives of military officials who will now become martyrs of our country and that have taken the lives of innocent civilian Venezuelans in all the different attack locations.
The detention of Maduro has heightened political tension and drawn global attention, with the Supreme Court promising to deliberate on the legal and constitutional framework required during the president's absence. Meanwhile, Rodriguez is overseeing state affairs, signaling Venezuela's insistence on maintaining internal governance despite external interference. And in the world of sports, Nigeria continue their quest for a fourth Africa Cup of Nations title when they face Mozambique in the round of 16 at the First Stadium. Victory will secure the Super Eagles' 12th quarter-final appearance, extending their record for last 8 finishes ahead of Egypt, while Mozambique will make their debut at this stage after reaching the knockout phase for the first time in 6 attempts. The two sides have met 5 times across all competitions, with Nigeria undefeated against the Mambas, winning 4 and drawing 1. Their only previous AFCON meeting came in 2010, a 3-0 group stage victory featuring a Peter Odemwingie brace and an Obafemi Martin strike. Their total of 61 AFCON wins now sits just behind Egypt's 62, while their record of scoring in 10 consecutive tournament matches remains intact. Eric Schell has urged his players to work hard and stay focused for every match as it comes. And that's all for the Global News at Noon, edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net. I am Best Beauty Igorinfa. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for more updates. Good afternoon.